ये जो है वो लॉ स्टूडेंट्स के लिए कश्मीर में एक बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट फैक्टर है जो ब्रिज करता है गैप कि वो दे आर नॉट डिफरेंट फ्रॉम रेस्ट ऑफ द लॉ स्टूडेंट्स इन इंडिया। हम देखते हैं जो बड़ी बड़ी लॉ फर्म्स है, खेतान ले लो, LKS ले लो, अमरचंद ले लो, वहाँ जब इंटरव्यू प्रोसेस होता है या कुछ उनका पहले क्राइटेरिया होता है, वो नेशनल लॉ स्कूल स्टूडेंट्स को लेते हैं। क्यों लेते हैं? क्योंकि उनके पास वैसी स्किल्स होती है, उनके पास वैसी प्रैक्टिकल ट्रेनिंग्स होती है जो हम मानते हैं कि कहीं ना कहीं हम कश्मीर में थोड़ा सा लैक करते हैं उन एरियाज़ में। तो लैपिडरी जो फाउंडेशन है वो उस गैप को ब्रिज करता है। हम प्रैक्टिकल ट्रेनिंग्स देते हैं, हम सॉफ्ट स्किल्स देते हैं लॉ स्टूडेंट को, ताकि वो इतना कॉन्फिडेंट होए कि वो जाके लीगल फील्ड में अपने को रिप्रेजेंट कर पाए और ख़ुद को कम ना समझे, जो बाकी लॉ स्कूल के स्टूडेंट्स हैं उनसे कम ना समझे। तो ये हमारा मेन एम है।
आज के ये जो प्रोग्राम है
जी,
इसका मेन मकसद क्या है?
तो हमारा जो हर साल का लैपिडरी का कोहर्ट का बैच होता है, 10, अभी ये हमारा जो करंट कोहर्ट है 10 लोगों का बैच है। तो इनने 9 महीने की फ़ेलोशिप की, इनने अपने एग्ज़ाम्स पास किए। तो आज हम इनको सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं इधर, इनकी कॉन्वोकेशन है, हम इनको फेलिसिटेट करेंगे क्योंकि इनने 9 महीने हमारे साथ रहे, वी वर लाइक अ फैमिली। तो हम इनको बस सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं क्योंकि दे अचीव्ड समथिंग। इनने बहुत अमेजिंग जगहों पे इंटर्नशिप्स की, कुछ ने दिल्ली में, कुछ ने बॉम्बे में, कुछ ने बैंगलोर में। तो वी आर जस्ट सेलिब्रेटिंग।
School. I remember was mentioned by speaker earlier also, Zidhar. I think the Department of Biochemistry, I don't know, that they made this DAV. No, sorry. That for the ship, I think there was a new variety of mutation. I'm not very good in science, so I can't, but it's kind of innovative experiments being undertaken. In fact, Kashmir University, as I said today, I see is a culmination of that rich tradition of education in Kashmir. Kashmir University is not the product of modern day education. Kashmir has been known for a seat of education right from ancient times. Sharda Pith, which is known to be the first, I think, one of the most famous universities where scholars from various parts of the country, not only parts of the other world, used to come to study, exchange their views. Of course, now that the seat is in the POK, it attracted so much that I decided to go there. Now, just near Milam River, they have installed a temple which is a representative of that past glory. So Kashmir has been a venue, a place of scholarly endeavors, and also it has seen most of the important religious thought processes have also undertaken in this place. If you see Buddhism, then amalgamation of Buddhist and Hindu philosophy, Shaivite, the Kashmiri Shaivite, very unique form of Shaivite. Islam also has prospered. Sufism. So there is all this conundrum, this volume of these ideas has shaped what Kashmir, or we consider as Kashmiriate. It's very difficult to define. I am speaking as an outsider. I must be better about your history. But a student of history and who is not a native of Kashmir, I have huge respect and for the Kashmir culture, history. That tradition, I think, is kept alive with this Lapidary Foundation. I mentioned about the wonderful work you are doing, how you are helping shape the new talents, especially from the field of law. Yes, I diverting myself a little bit from what I thought I would speak. Obviously, because I was prompted by Mr. Dar about this establishment of National Law School. In fact, that is the thing which I felt missing in Kashmir when I came here as Chief Justice. I didn't see any kind of interaction with the High Courts or for that matter judiciary and the law schools. I felt a kind of chasm or some kind of gap because what is being taught in law schools is certainly, of course, academic, but that academic knowledge, unless it is infused with what happens in society, the real life experience, and there is bound to be some kind of problem with that kind of education. In fact, NLUs started sometime in late 80s. I remember when we were students of law in Delhi University. This Savarno National Law University. I remember also Professor Madhav Menon, who used to teach us jurisprudence, who used to teach us criminology, and all various subjects. Suddenly, he was missing from our semester, one of the last few semesters. So we asked, "Arey, where Professor Menon has gone?" So we are told he has gone to Bangalore to establish his NLU. So that's how we came to know that the importance of law was becoming more and more imperative. Where is mentioned by Somsekhan also, the brightest students will always opt for the science subjects, medicine, engineering, and later on MBA and others. Law has been always the last option. But today, things have changed. The reverse gear is that some of the brightest minds are opting for law. This can be seen from this CLAT result spread all over. And today, I can't give the exact figure perhaps, how many law schools and colleges there? More than 1,000, 1,500, something like that, plus law. Sometimes I would feel that is it really kind of, is it education in the shape of, is it business? No, not really. I visited some of the private law universities also. They're giving really important standard, gold standard law education. It's just not mere proliferation. Unlike in the case of medical colleges, we have seen that the proliferation of medical colleges without adequate infrastructure, which can be a big issue for those who pass off. But in law colleges, I've seen some of the very good, apart from national law universities, many private law schools also, colleges are coming up with very good infrastructure and being taught by some of the best faculty members we can think of. So, in short, what I can say is that law education as stood in the 80s or prior to that is now totally a different education what we are giving or getting today. Obviously, therefore, it is going to change our judicial system also. As I mentioned, there was a time when very few lawyers would like to join as judges also, perhaps because the remuneration was so low. I remember my father was judge, but he died when I was a law student, so I didn't have any kind of so-called advantage of being a son of a judge. But at a time, his salary was about 27,000 or something, 30,000, something like that. And as a student, I used to get my quota of 500 rupees. I have a big family also, my 9 brothers and sisters, we into the others also. My quota was 500 rupees, plus the other fees, educational fees, admission fees, etc. Therefore, it did not attract the best of the minds. Best of the minds like Somasekaran, they would refuse to join. It's an exception. He has given up such a lucrative practice and he joined this, and he knows the kind of work judges have to do. Yes, I am not talking about, but see again the judiciary, the district judiciary also. The munsips at that time, the what we know as junior division judge. The municip would draw about 12,000, something 7,000, I remember. That again would not attract any. There was hardly any competition. In fact, one of my father's colleagues said, Koteshwar, why don't you join? Was there, municip will die. I said, sir, thank you. Things have changed. After this All India situation judgment by the Supreme Court, the entire this judgeship is not a profession. You can't treat it like any government's employment. It is a very solemn, sovereign, and constitutional duty, very unique, which cannot be discharged by any other organ of the society. And given a lot of impetus, importance, service condition is improved, and now we are attracting some of the best students, law students in the system. It's a very good sign because ultimately these are the ones who are going to feed our hierarchy, judicial hierarchy of High Court judges and Supreme Court. Because High Court judges and Supreme Court, we can't bring it earlier in the